Hi, I'm Mr. Surbeck, and I'm going to be your AP Chemistry teacher for the 2020-21 school year. I wanted to take time during this video and explain some general processes and procedures that we will utilize throughout this year for instruction. The first thing that I want to emphasize is where information will be distributed. So for the AP Chemistry class, we will utilize, for the most part, Google Classroom. Now, I sent out a link and the Google Class code that you can utilize to have or log into the Google Classroom and get you into that specific Google Classroom in an email. If, for whatever reason, you don't know how to get into Google Classroom or need additional guidance on how to log in, please email me. So with Google Classroom, what we're going to utilize that platform for is to distribute information. I'm going to post my video notes. I'm also going to post the written assignments, and then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have the AP Central or the AP Classroom assignments posted there as well. The other online platform that we are going to be utilizing for AP Chemistry is going to be the College Board AP Classroom for AP Chemistry. Now, in the first couple days, I will send out the code for the AP Classroom. We will get registered with that and then utilize it throughout the year. And in that, you'll complete a series of multiple choice and free response questions that will help prepare you for the AP Chemistry exam come later this year. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to zoom in on a document that outlines the generalized schedule for this year, and then I'm going to talk about how or what type of points are available for this year. All right, so in front of me is the generalized schedule that we will follow and utilize throughout this year. So I'm going to start out talking about if you're just a remote-only student, how that will work, and then I'll move down to the hybrid schedule for this year. So for the remote-only students, what we're going to do on Monday is you're going to take new video notes, which I'll post on Google Classroom, or you're going to complete problems, whether it's on that AP College Board website I talked about, or from a worksheet that I will post on Google Classroom. Now, on Tuesday and Wednesday for my remote-only students, we are either going to prepare or conduct a lab experiment. And how I will do this for remote-only students is I will send out the documentation. If it's a prep for a lab, you will complete some general pre-lab questions and then send them back to me. Or if it's an actual lab experiment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to record myself actually doing the lab. You're going to write down the data and observations, and then you'll turn in that lab handout for that specific lab experiment on the designated dates. Now, Thursday and Friday look very similar to Monday, and so that's where we'll take new notes or we'll do those problems, whether it's that AP Classroom from College Board or an actual physical worksheet that I'll post on Google Classroom. Now, something that you may be asking is, for these notes, do I need to be online or watching the video the same time my class would occur? The answer to that is no. What I do is I make a YouTube video for a specific section of notes, and then on your own accord, you go ahead and you do those notes. Now, for my AP remote-only students, what will happen is that you will need to send an email that you have written out those notes. Just take a picture with your phone and send those pictures so I can credit you with taking notes. Now, for my hybrid students, going over my AA hybrid students, Monday is going to look the same as my remote students. We're either taking new notes or we're doing those problems. Tuesday and Wednesday, we're either prepping for a lab or we're actually coming into the classroom and doing a physical lab experiment. Now this lab is the same lab that I'm going to record and have the remote students do. So you'll be doing the same exact lab. The only difference is for my AA hybrid students is you will actually come in and conduct that lab as a physical lab. Now on Thursday and Friday, we take new notes or we do those problems. And again, the new notes, you don't have to be logged in or watching a live video stream of the notes. All you need to do is you need to get on Google Classroom, fill out the notes, and then you will actually turn in a physical hard copy the next time we meet in person. So a very similar scenario occurs with our BB hybrid students. The only difference is that we shift what days we are here in person and when we actually conduct the labs. So for BB hybrid students, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you will conduct new notes or you'll complete those problems, whether it's the worksheet problems or those problems from the AP classroom. On Thursday and Friday, we will either prep for the lab in class or we will actually physically conduct that lab experiment. So again, this is a generalized schedule. I'm going to try to stay as consistent as possible this year, but this is the generalized schedule that we will follow throughout this year. Now I'm going to pause the video one more time. I'm going to bring up a sheet that identifies what type of points are available per unit in this AP chemistry class. Okay, so what is in front of me is the estimated points per chapter. Now, I grade on a total points basis per quarter. So what that means is that at the end of the quarter, the number of points that you have earned is divided by the number of points possible, and then your percentage becomes the quarter grade. And so in general, the unit exam is going to be worth 100 points. Those notes that I talked about posting on Google Classroom and you watching the YouTube video will be worth 5 points each. And so depending on the unit will dictate how many points of notes we have per chapter. So that's why you see that range. And then that AP classroom problems, those are going to be worth roughly 50 points depending on the unit. And then the worksheet problems that I will print out or post on Google Classroom, again, estimated to be worth about 20 points. And then the unit lab, I'm going to try to keep consistently at 50 points. So if you total all of those estimated points, roughly for each unit, there's around 250 points. So that's how we'll obtain points in this particular class. Now, like I said, these are estimated, so they could vary, they could fluctuate a little bit from unit to unit or as we go along in the year. So the major thing that you need to do is sign up for Google Classroom, and then I'm going to send out a code for that AP classroom that is ran by the College Board. If you do have any additional questions, don't be afraid to email me and I will try to respond to you as quick as I can.